Hello, my friends, the World Peace Day. Today they gather to celebrate two significant dates in the world of oratory, March 15 and March 22. This day reminds us the importance of words, a powerful instrument that connects us and inspires us and allows us to express our ideas and emotions. In each constance, and the sessions highlight the inclusion of our speakers, especially those the autism spectrum or with neurodevelopment conditions. Diversity in oratory enriches our conversations and offer a unique perspective and they might otherwise go unnoticed. Anyone has a voice and deserves the heard. It's our responsibility and of the great space where each person can and their story. Oratory and debate are not advanced skills but also by essential practice in our classroom. Foresting this skill from early age not help students communicate effectively, but also teaches them to listen, respect different viewpoints, and resolve conflicts constructively. In the word communication is key. These tools are more necessary than ever. In Chile, we're on the brink and significant advancement with the possible approval the National Day of Debate and Tolerance Lab, which will commemorate on November 16. This love will not only celebrate on the day of debate, but also promote tolerance and respect in our daily interactions, oratory, or speech, thus become a means of resolve conflicts for the understanding and bridge between different communities. Furthermore, we cannot forget the riches, the indigenous language, rights of our communication. Incorporating this language into our speech practice not only edits our vocabulary, but also honors and respect their cultures that sustain them words and the sort of humanity, and different them will make them more vibrant and meaningful. So, on the International Day of Oratory and World Speech Day, let us celebrate the diversity of voice, inclusion, and the transformative of the power of words. Let us continue to work together, and they say that every voice and every story is true. Thank you very much from Chile. My name is Daniel Castillo Sandoval. Latin America speaking for versus president for South American, and Chilean speaking for president. I'm teacher and master of education. Bye-bye.
Hello, distinguished guests. Today I'll be speaking on making Nigeria better. I am here not just as a citizen, but as a voice that believes in the boundless potential of our great nation, Nigeria. A nation rich in culture, in history, in resilience, a land blessed with resources, yet yearning for unity, peace, and progress. But the question remains, how do we make Nigeria better? First, we must take responsibility for our actions, for our communities, for our country. We cannot continue to blame the government alone while we refuse to uphold the values that make a nation great. Honesty, discipline, and accountability. We must reject corruption not only in high places, but also in our daily dealings. A citizen of this great country should be like the antelope, swift and watchful, never falling prey to the cheetah of division and prejudice that preys on our unity. Every day, we must rise, not just to exist, but to make a difference, knowing that one by one, we shape the world we live in. Education is our greatest weapon. The light of knowledge must shine on our youths, for in them lies our future. We cannot afford to let ignorance and misinformation cloud our paths. Let us revisit the wisdom of our ancestors, the great minds of this land, who stood firm in the face of adversity. We must embrace innovation. Nigeria is a land of thinkers, of dreamers, of doers, from technology to agriculture, from medicine to arts. Our potential is limitless, but we must release the shackles of complacency and invest in ideas that drive real change. I'm here today with silver words, but with a golden heart. Believing in the power of unity, we must replace division with dialogue, hate with understanding, and despair with hope. We must swear by our hearts to fill this nation with love, to uplift our neighbors, and to ensure that Nigeria, no one is left behind. Let us not be mere spectators in the grand stage of Nigeria's future. Let us be architects. We must hold ourselves accountable, not just in words, but in action. Change starts with you and me. In our homes, in our schools, in our streets, in our government. So my fellow Nigerians, let us rise with fortitude of our ancestors, the wisdom of our scholars, and the determination of our youth. Let us reshape our nation with justice, equity, and unshakable love for one another. Because in the end, Nigeria is not just a country, it is our home, and it's up to us to make it better. Thank you.
Hello, esteemed guests, educators, and fellow advocates for a brighter future. And today, on this World Speech Day, I want to talk about something that is so important and something so common that we've heard about, and which is emotional intelligence, and how and why it should be used as a global priority right now more than ever. If we talk about the world events, we stand at a pivotal moment in history where these technological advancements have connected us more than ever before. But for example, wars, conflicts, and fractured communities, they still persist. And they often trace back to their one single point source, and that is poor emotional management. So today I want to talk about something that could be a transformative shift in our educational program, in which the emotional intelligence and conflict resolution are standing on equal footing with traditional subjects like math and science. Research indicates that fostering emotional intelligence from a very young age leads to a better mental health. It also includes improved academic performance and more cohesive societies. So let's talk about the forward-thinking nations that have already started being on this journey. For instance, France has mandated empathy lessons across all primary schools to combat isolation and bullying, which is very on the rise right now in this times. This initiative aims to enhance the social skills, self-esteem, and overall well-being among students. Similarly, Denmark has long integrated empathy into its curriculum, emphasizing its importance for cooperation and relationship building. And why is it so important for young students to follow this model? These examples demonstrate that teaching emotional skills is both feasible and beneficial. The role of educators and school in this. Educators, they are the linchpins in this transformative process, and by integrating emotional intelligence into daily lessons, teachers can create environments where students feel actually safe, understood, and valued. Programs like RULER, which stands for Recognizing, Understanding, Labeling, Expressing, and Regulating, developed by the Yale Center for Emotional Intelligence, provides evidence-based approaches to embed emotional learning in schools and why we need to create a positive attitude for the young children. Students with high emotional intelligence, they're less likely to engage in aggressive behaviors and more likely to exhibit empathy. Now, what these two words mean? Empathy is the ability to recognize, understand, and share the feelings of another person. Compassion goes a step further. It does not only involve empathizing with others, but also includes a general desire to alleviate their suffering. Social emotional learning SEL programs, they have been associated with significant improvement in students' social skills and their reduction in bullying. For example, a meta-analysis which I read revealed SEL participants, they showed an 11 percentile point gain in academic performance compared to their peers. So there is evidence, right? Now, the world is witnessing increasing political tensions, wars, mental health crisis, and toxicity, a lot of online hate crimes, bullying, a lack of emotional intelligence. It can fuel aggression, misunderstanding, and polarization. So teaching empathy and compassion is not just an educational necessity, it is a survival strategy for humanity. If we prioritize emotional intelligence, we can break cycles of violence, foster meaningful dialogue, and build a society where difference does not lead to destruction but to deeper understanding and coexistence, which is so important for humans. In February 2025, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, emphasized the need for society to enhance compassion and empathy. She highlighted that developing social and emotional skills is crucial for addressing issues such as mental health challenges, which is on the rise in today's times. Her advocacy underscores a growing global acknowledgement of the role emotional intelligence plays in a social well-being of a human. Let us advocate for educational systems that nurture not only the intellect but also the heart. Try to understand another person as a human in the way how we call it humanity. By prioritizing emotional intelligence and conflict resolutions, we equip future generations with the tools to build a more empathetic, peaceful, connected global community and to feel much safer and have a positive environment. And that is all. Thank you.
A better world doesn't happen by chance, it happens by choice. The choice to be kinder, to be fairer, and to stand up for what is right. I believe that small actions, when multiplied, can create a world where everyone has a chance to strive. Imagine a world where education is a right, not a privilege, where no child is left behind because of poverty or discrimination. A world where kindness is not an exception but the rule. Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. If we empower minds, we empower the future. But education alone is not enough. We must build a world where equality is not just an idea but a reality. A world where differences unite us, not divide us, where every voice is heard and every dream has a chance to grow. So, what we can do? Start small, be kind, speak up, help one another because the power to create a better world is in our hands. Today, let's choose to make a difference. Let's choose hope. Let's choose action. Let's choose a better world together. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Bo. Imagine a world where the medicine you need to stay alive is just too expensive or simply not available. This is not a nightmare. It's a reality for millions of people around the world. Today, I want to talk about the high cost and shortage of essential medicine. This is not just about money. It's about life and death. Let me tell you a story from the movie Diving to Survive. In the film, a group of patients with leukemia need a very expensive drug called Gleevec. It costs thousands of dollars each month. Most of them can't afford it. Desperate, Dave turned to a man who smuggled a cheaper version of the drug from India. This illegal attack becomes their only hope, but it also puts them in danger. This story is not just about movie. It's the real life. In many places, people have to choose between going broke or losing their lives because they cannot get the medicine they needed. Sometimes, even you can pay, the drugs are not just here. Shortage happen because of problem in making drugs or getting them to the patients. So, what can we do to make things better? First, we need to look at the prices of the drug. Companies say the high prices are needed for research, but we also need to think about the people who cannot afraid of this drug. Governments and global groups should work together to make sure that life-saving drugs are not just for the rich. Second, we need to make our supply chain stronger. Shortage can happen because of the disaster or conflict. We should find a way to make and deliver drugs more reliable, so they are always available when they need it. Finally, we need more generic drugs. These are good as expensive ones, but it costs much less. By supporting generic drugs, we can make sure that everyone can get the medicine they need. In closing, Diving to Survive is more than a film. It's a call to action. Access to medicine is not a privilege. It's a fundamental human right. Together, we can build a world where no one needs to choose between life or debate, where no one has behind the fight for survival. Let's work toward a future where life-saving medicines are within reach for everyone, everywhere. Thank you for listening.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to share an idea for a better way to teach those young women how to love themselves. And actually, the answer may surprise you because it is hidden in the world of female-oriented games. You have probably heard some games like Love and Deep Space, Mr. Love, Queen's Choice, or Mystic Messenger. These games are designed for the woman and with the romantic story, charming characters, but it's not only about fantasy relationships. They actually teach players something deeper, how to love yourself. First, these games show the woman's own value. In Love and Deep Space, you play as a strong female characters who solve mysteries and fight alongside heroes. That game doesn't ask you to wait for someone to help you. It shows that you can be your own heroes. So this reminds players, my choice matters, my voice matters. Second, they teach boundaries and self-respect. Just in game like Mr. Love, Queen's Choice, you make decisions that affect the whole story. If a character disrespects to you, this game rewards you for standing up for yourself. It's like a safe space to practice saying, I deserve better. And guess what? This confidence can translate into real life. Third, they celebrate imperfections. Many female-oriented games include some characters with flaws. For example, in Mystic Messenger, characters struggle with loneliness or self-doubt, but the messenger is clear. You don't need to be perfect to be loved. This story whispers to players, it's okay to be human, love yourself anyway. Finally, they build a community. Games like this have huge online fan groups whose women share fan art, stories, and advice. It's not just about the game, it's about connecting with others who say, I see you, you are not alone, and I think that was very powerful. Some people might say, but the games are just fantasy. But in my mind, fantasy is where we practice reality. When a game teaches you to choose kindness, courage, or self-respect, it's just like plants a seed. Over time, that seed grows into real-life confidence. So yes, these games are fun. They teach us to say, I matter. But here's the truth. Self-love shouldn't not just stay in the game. Games are like mirrors. They show us what we could be, but you are the one who decided to step into light. So here's my challenges to you. Play the game, but live in the lesson. Be the hero, not just on the screen, but in your school, in your life, and in your world. Because you don't need a game to prove your worth. You are already enough. Thank you.
Hello everyone, today I'd like to talk about a topic that I believe is of great significance to the future of humanity, the idea of building a better international science community. One of the key ideas for a better international science community is to promote open science. By open sourcing scientific data, research findings, and methodologies, researchers from different parts of the world can build on each other's work, accelerating the rate of progress. A truly great international science community must be diverse and inclusive. All students, all scientists, no matter backgrounds, cultures, and regions, should be valued for their unique perspectives and contributions. We should create an environment where everyone feels included and has the opportunity to succeed. By fostering diversity and inclusion, we can tap into a broader range of talents and ideas, leading to more innovation and effective solutions to global problems. Many developing countries face significant challenges in terms of research, infrastructure, findings, and human resources. To build a better international science community, we must work together to strengthen research capability in these countries. This can be achieved through partnerships, training programs, and the sharing of resources and expertise. By empowering scientists in developing countries, we can ensure that they have the tools and support they need to contribute to global scientific progress and address the unique challenges facing their regions. While collaboration is crucial, it is also important to protect intellectual property rights. This ensures that researchers are fairly rewarded for their work and encourages innovation. However, we must strike a balance between protecting intellectual property and promoting open collaboration. This can be achieved through the development of effective policies and frameworks that can protect intellectual property while also facilitating the sharing of knowledge and resources. The future of the international science community depends on the next generation of scientists. We must invest in science education to inspire and train the next generation of researchers. This includes providing access to quality education, supporting science outreach programs, and creating opportunities for young scientists to gain hands-on experience. By investing in science education, we can ensure that the international science community remains vibrant and dynamic for years to come. In conclusion, by working together and embracing these ideas, we can create a global science community that is more innovative, inclusive, and effective in addressing the challenges facing humanity. Let us join hands and strive for a better international science community for the benefit of all.